Hello everyone, welcome to today's story. Alex, a successful CEO, prepares the most romantic surprise for Tuna. Flowers, a birthday cake, even a ring he has carried for days. But will she truly accept his love? Just as happiness seems within reach, a mysterious woman appears with a secret that could shatter everything. What is the truth behind her words? Will Alex's heart choose trust or doubt? Stay until the end, because this story is not only about love, but about choices and the fragility of faith. Don't forget to subscribe and help us reach 1,000 followers to keep bringing you more dramatic stories. The garden breathed with the scent of ripened fruit, heavy branches bowing toward the earth as if they carried the weight of a secret. Workers moved quietly among the trees, cutting grapefruit with the patience of a ritual. Amid this rhythm of harvest, the voice of Alex reached through the phone, calm yet threaded with another kind of urgency. 2,000 fruits, he told Adam, just enough for the customers to taste, to judge, to approve. Business was clear, precise, measured. Yet behind his words, his mind wandered elsewhere. It had been more than 10 days since he confessed his feelings to Tuna, more than 10 days of silence that pressed against him like unseasonal rain. The orchard's abundance only deepened his longing. Fruits ripened in their time, yet her answer had not come. In his pocket, a small ring rested, silent, patient, shining with a promise he had not yet been allowed to speak aloud. Alex walked the rows of grapefruit, his shoes pressing into the soft soil, his eyes pretending to measure the yield. But his heart lingered on the memory of Tuna's quiet eyes, the way her presence carried both calm and mystery. The orchard, in its fullness, became a mirror of his own heart, outwardly orderly, inwardly unsettled. As he ended the call with Adam, a thought slipped into his mind. Today was Tuna's birthday, a detail he had discovered once, almost by accident, yet now it burned in him like a secret flame. The world of numbers and shipments faded. Instead, there was only the pulse of anticipation, the fragile hope of turning silence into an answer. Alex sat in his office, the ring resting in his palm like a fragment of destiny. He turned it slowly, the metal catching the late afternoon light, and imagined it circling Tuna's hand. The thought drew both warmth and unease. He had waited patiently, but patience was never infinite. It bent beneath the weight of desire and doubt. Today, however, would not be ordinary. Today was her birthday, a truth he carried while she herself had forgotten. That knowledge felt almost sacred, a chance to rewrite the silence of the past days. Without hesitation, Alex lifted the phone again. His voice softened as he spoke to the restaurant manager, arranging a table for two, a cake, a bouquet. Words became actions, and actions became threads weaving into a larger design. He wanted the evening to bloom like a quiet miracle. Food, light, music, all stitched together to honor a woman who had never known the tenderness of a birthday. The orchard outside still buzzed with workers finishing their tasks. Yet Alex's mind was elsewhere, caught between worlds. Grapefruit and contracts on one side, flowers and whispered promises on the other. He felt the delicate balance of living at once as a businessman and as a man in love. He pictured the moment Tuna would see the candles, the way her guarded heart might flicker open. The ring grew heavier in his hand, not with metal, but with meaning. If tonight went as he dreamed, her silence would break, and in its place would stand a choice, fragile, luminous, irrevocable. The road to the farm stretched long, lined with quiet fields shimmering under the late sun. Alex's car rolled forward, steady but restless, carrying the weight of both expectation and fear. When he arrived, he found Tuna in the yard, gently rocking her child in her arms. Henry's small breaths rose and fell like soft tides, and Tuna's gaze lingered on him with a tenderness Alex could only watch from a distance. He stepped closer, his voice gentle, weaving between businesslike certainty and vulnerable longing. "Come with me tonight," he said, offering more than just an invitation. But Tuna hesitated. Her eyes fell to her son, as though bound by invisible threads of duty. Alex understood, yet he pressed forward with quiet resolve. He spoke of his mother, of how she would care for the baby with love, of how Tuna deserved a moment to breathe outside the circle of her burdens. For a moment, silence swayed between them. The farm's stillness carried the weight of her decision. Then, slowly, Tuna nodded. The answer was neither eager nor reluctant, just a fragile opening. She placed Henry's small things in a bag, whispering promises that she would return soon. Alex reached out, not to rush her but to steady her, as though reassuring himself as much as her. When they left the farm together, a quiet shift stirred inside Alex. The evening no longer belonged to business or to the orchard. It belonged to this fragile consent, this chance to turn hesitation into hope. The streets carried them into another world, away from the dust of the farm into the soft glow of shop fronts and evening lamps. Alex guided Tuna into a small boutique, its windows lined with pale fabrics that moved like water in the breeze of the air conditioner. She looked around with quiet wonder, her hands brushing lightly against dresses as though afraid to disturb their stillness. Alex reached for a white blouse, simple yet luminous in its purity. "This one," he said, holding it against her. She laughed softly, almost embarrassed, but beneath that shyness was a light he had longed to see. She disappeared behind the curtain of the fitting room, and when she stepped out, the blouse transformed her presence, gentle yet resolute, ordinary yet radiant. Alex's chest tightened. Beauty had always been there, but in this moment it became undeniable. They left the store with a small bag, a token of something larger. Then, as twilight deepened, Alex drove her to the restaurant. Golden light spilled across the tables, glasses shimmering, plates arranged like small canvases. Tuna paused at the entrance, her voice low, uncertain. "Isn't this too much?" she asked. Alex shook his head. "Not tonight. Tonight is different." The world outside dissolved. Inside, there was only the sound of quiet music, the flicker of candles, and the closeness of two lives drawing nearer. Ordinary gestures. Choosing a shirt, walking into a restaurant, had become the language of something greater, the beginning of an unspoken promise. The table glowed with dishes she had never seen before, their colors rich under the candlelight. Tuna sat across from Alex, her fingers resting lightly on the edge of the plate, uncertain if she belonged in a world so carefully arranged. Then Alex's voice broke through, gentle but firm. "Do you know what today is?" She looked at him, puzzled. He smiled. "It's your birthday." Her breath caught. For a moment, silence wrapped around her like a cloak. She shook her head, almost disbelieving. She had long forgotten the meaning of birthdays. No one had ever celebrated hers. Yet here was Alex, carrying the detail she herself had buried. Tears trembled in her eyes, not of sadness, but of a tenderness long denied. Waiters entered, placing a small cake between them. A bouquet of flowers followed, fragrant, alive. The candles flickered, painting her face with light and shadow. "Make a wish," Alex whispered. She closed her eyes, lips moving in silence, a prayer not for grandeur, but for peace. When she blew out the flames, Alex felt something shift, a door inside her opening. Then came the moment he had carried in his pocket for days. He drew out the ring, its silver circle gleaming. His words were steady, but his heart raced. "Tuna, will you be my girlfriend?" Her eyes widened, caught between fear and gratitude. A pause hung in the air, fragile as glass. Then, slowly, she nodded. The world seemed to exhale. For Alex, the orchard, the shipments, even time itself faded. Only her answer remained, pulsing with the promise of a new beginning. The restaurant's air was still sweet with candle smoke when she appeared. A woman, older, her presence sharp against the soft warmth of the evening. She caught Alex's eye, a silent request pulling him aside. Tuna, unaware, traced her fingers along the rim of her glass, lost in the glow of her first true celebration. The woman leaned close, her voice a low tremor of urgency. She spoke of Tuna, of whispers Alex had never heard, of truths that seemed to hide behind closed doors. Each word slid into him like a stone. Heavy and cold. Could it be real? Had Tuna concealed something from him? The tenderness of moments ago began to shiver beneath the weight of suspicion. Alex's gaze faltered. Across the room, Tuna smiled faintly to herself, her face lit by a simplicity that seemed untouched by deceit. And yet the woman's words echoed, twisting through his thoughts like roots breaking through soil. His hand brushed the pocket where the ring box had been, now empty, and for the first time he felt its weight not as hope, but as question. He returned to the table, his smile slower, less certain. Tuna looked up, meeting his eyes with an innocence that should have been enough. Still, the doubt lingered, uninvited but relentless. Love had bloomed in an instant, but trust could crumble in silence. In the quiet between their words, Alex realized that happiness and doubt could coexist, fragile and dangerous, like two candles burning too close to each other. The ride back through the city was hushed, rain streaking the windows like restless thoughts. Tuna sat beside Alex, her new blouse folded neatly in her lap, the bouquet of flowers resting against her arm. She hummed softly to herself, unaware of the storm behind his silence. In her heart, the evening was still glowing. Her first birthday, her first ring, her first taste of being cherished. When they arrived at Alex's home, Henry was sleeping soundly in his grandmother's arms. The baby's small chest rose and fell in perfect rhythm, untouched by the doubts that gnawed at Alex. Tuna smiled at the sight, leaning in to kiss her child's forehead. It was a simple gesture, but to Alex it carried new weight. He wondered if there was truth buried in the stranger's words, or if his heart was being tested by shadows. He walked her to the door, his hand lingering on hers longer than usual. The night air pressed cool against them, carrying both promise and unease. Tuna looked up, her eyes soft, unaware of the question behind his. "Thank you, Alex," she whispered. "Tonight, I was happy." He wanted to reply with certainty, but the words tangled. Instead, he forced a smile, letting her step into the quiet of her home. Alone on the doorstep, Alex breathed deeply, caught between love's glow and suspicion's chill. The lesson whispered through the night. Love begins with a choice, but it survives only where trust is stronger than fear. And trust, once shaken, is as fragile as glass in trembling hands.
Alex, một CEO thành đạt, luôn mang một chiếc nhẫn, chờ ngày Tử Na đồng ý tình cảm của anh. Hôm nay sinh nhật cô, anh bí mật chuẩn bị một bàn tiệc và bánh kem, hoa tươi và cả một món quà bất ngờ. Tử Na xúc động bởi từ nhỏ chưa từng có sinh nhật trong khoảng khắc lung linh ấy. Alex ngỏ lời và Tử Na gật đầu chấp nhận. Hạnh phúc tưởng như đã trọn vẹn, nhưng đúng lúc ấy, người phụ nữ bí ẩn xuất hiện thì thầm vào tai Alex một điều bí mật về Tử Na. Lời nói như nhát dao mỏng gieo vào lòng anh sự nghi ngờ, liệu bí mật đó có thật, liệu tình yêu vừa chớm nở sẽ đứng vững trước những thử thách của lòng tin.